Good afternoon, grade 7. Welcome to the online class. And we are continuing our journey of your online classes due to the problem occurred all over the world. And this is your Oxford's Learning to Communicate year. We have done few thematical chapters, and in the last class we discussed about a theme based on animals. Animals is the main theme, and under that theme you have few chapters. It may be poems, interesting stories, essays, or some incidents as well. So, in this regard, today we are going to study a very interesting and funny story based upon a tiger, a wild animal. This chapter has been divided into two parts. That is why a tiger comes to town. First part, unit section 2. This is a story you will find fun to read and interesting, because here the narrator who tells you the incident, it's like an incident, but you will be amazed that how a tiger can say its own story to us. But R.K. Narayan, the writer of this story, is giving a message and trying we human beings to suppose that, as I told you previously, every organism, every living beings, except human beings, can communicate on their own. They do have their own ways of communication, their own language. They do have their feelings. It is another thing that we can't understand simply what they want to communicate. I talked about the pet dog. If you have a pet dog at your home, of course, to some extent, some people or the people knowing familiar to that dog will know the dog's expression, the needs of that animal, if it is trying to communicate, if it is indicating upon something, some incident, it barks on the stranger, it waves its tail, seeing the master. So these are the ways of communication, not via the tongue like we human beings do, but they have their own languages. In this story, a tiger comes to town. Part first, the narrator, your narrator, is tiger. I. This tiger is actually at the upper level, surface level. It is just telling a funny incident that how when he entered into a town without any boundary, without any bond, The people around the town were horrified looking the tiger. But what was its expression? How it felt when he came out of the zoo, out of the circus openly, and when it was inside, when people just saw it as a fun inside the cage or in the circus. The tiger is expressing its feelings through the story that it was really interesting and amazing that people are actually horrified, terrorized by seeing me. It is saying itself, I, me, like the human beings, we express the things as you express any incident happened to you. Likewise, the tiger is the major narrator, the major character of this story. Let's see what is inside the story and how it is expressing its feelings and what happened. I'll go through the text and listen, see the text if you have. It was still a busy hour in the city when I entered Market Road. People ran for their lives at the sight I passed as through the shutters were pulled down and people hid themselves under the culverts on the trees behind the fields. The population was melting out of the sight. At the circus, I had had no chance to study human beings. They had sat in their seats peacefully while I poured before Captain's Weep. I got totally wrong idea of human being. At that angle, I had thought that they were strong and fearless, but now I found them running for me like a herd of deer, although I had no intention of attacking them. See the first two paragraphs. The starting point is the feeling the tiger is expressing to readers. It is saying that I was really amazed and I was feeling fun as well. When once I got a chance to escape from the cage of the circus. Seeing me, people were running here and there. They were horrified. They were terrorized. They were actually thinking that what a danger is in front of them. But I had a different idea about the human beings. When I was inside the circus, I felt that human beings are very noble. They are very calm. They do not fear of me. Because when the master ordered me in the circus, I did accordingly and I could see the people watching me calmly sitting on their chairs, places, standing and seeing my activities. Because I was following the master's instruction and I was caged. I was inside the barriers. But I was wrong. I was wrong about the human. This I, do not get confused. This I is told by what? Whom? Tiger. The tiger is telling its story to us. So when once he got a chance to enter into the town, the scenario he saw people running from that place, trying to get rid, trying to save themselves of the tiger as if I am going to kill each and every person around me. But I was amazed. I was really amazed that I had no intention of killing anybody. People were running from here and there. They were hiding in places, just locking down into their rooms. But I was just relaxing and I was walking on my way. When I paused in front of he's describing about some incident in the market area. He was crossing a tailor's shop, and each of the shops were just being locked down. They were shutting down their shutters. They were locking themselves inside to keep themselves safe. Each of the people were very much afraid of me. They were thinking that I'm just going to eat everyone. But to my shock and surprise, I got a wrong idea about the human being, because I had a different idea about human being while I was inside the cage, while I was inside the circus. One funny incident has been described that when I was walking on the middle of the road, I saw a prisoner with two policemen were coming. Handcuffs were on his hand, the prisoner's hand, and while seeing me, both the policemen, constables, and that thief prisoner also ran away with its handcuffs, because everyone had to save its life. He is actually making fun of the people around him and thinking that why they are afraid of me. I had no intention of killing anybody, because as I know the tigers, as I know our people, our groups, they never kill people while they see them. They kill the people when they feel hungry, or unknowingly, if you attack us, if you want to kill us, we want to save ourselves. In that case, we do the same. So that was not the incident, that was not the scenario at that place. I was just walking on my way, but the people were running on its own. Poor people living in the huts. Tiger is feeling pity with the poor people. He just said, he's saying us in the story that the people with the good houses, with the buildings, were safe, thought themselves more safer than the people who were living in the huts with the roofs of without the buildings. They were just thinking that the tiger may tear their places, houses, and enter into inside their home and kill all of them. I was laughing inside and thinking that how fearful these human beings are. Continuously, it is repeating the thought that I was wrong about the idea about the human beings. There are several incidents that has been described while he was walking through the town. I rested a moment at the door of our market road where coffee drinkers. The next incident he is describing about that there is a place he is describing as Anand Bhavan, where he wanted to have some rest in front of that building. People around that building were having tiffins. There must be some staff of that company or that market. They were having their tiffins and just being very calm and terrorized with the lots of fear on their faces. They were not just moving that I may attack them or kill them, but I was not in the intention to kill anybody. I was just relaxing in the town. I was just walking around the people and I was feeling really fun that how people afraid of me. I was making them calm on my own that do not get panic, do not get afraid, because I am not going to harm anybody. Have your tiffins, enjoy your life, enjoy what are you doing. I'm just having on my own way. Next, a very remarkable thing, tigers attack only when they feel hungry, unlike human beings who slaughter one another without any purpose or hunger. This is a very remarkable line that the tiger, the animal, unlike the human conversation, is telling us, giving us a message. And actually, R.K. Narayan, the writer of this story, is giving us a message that unlike you human beings, who always slaughter, cut animals to make their tasty food. If you want to have meats, you cut the goats, you cook them, several types of birds, you kill them, you hunt them in order to have fun or to make your meal, your food tastier. But we are not like you. Whether you are hungry or not, you kill us. But on the contrary, we do not kill you. Unless you harm us, unless you want to attack upon us. The tiger is giving a message to we human beings. To the great delight of children in schools. Now it's an incident that the tiger is telling that walking by the road, I entered into a school periphery, school area. And that was really a pitiful condition. I saw children were just amazed and feared, terrorized, seeing me. The school members, the staff, the children, all of them were running here and there and trying to keep themselves safe, hiding themselves from me and my attack. But at that condition also, because I had no intention of killing anybody, I was just walking by the school. Finally, walking by, I went inside a room, and that was an empty, full of furniture, and I sat there upon a chair. I didn't know actually what was that room, and I was feeling actually safe from the human beings inside that room. Somebody at that meantime locked me from the outside, and I was really amazed. The tiger is telling this incident. Inside the school, inside the room, I was sitting upon a chair and I was locked from the outside. I could hear people out of the room near the window. They were murmuring. They were just trying their different versions of killing me. Some were talking about calling shooters, some were talking about calling policemen, and everyone was trying to catch me and imprison me. I was really shocked about their version, but without any tension, without any terror, I was just sitting in that room. In the meantime, a man came. Actually, I knew him. He was the master of mine from the circus from where I escaped. And I knew him. I knew the face of that man. He was my master. The one old man who was actually the principal of that school was quarreling with my master that how could you be so careless that you let the tiger to come out of the circus. It has made a terrorful situation in our school. In the whole town is in a fear. So how could you do us to that? They were using me the words like savage, cruel, and all these bad words. Actually, they were scolding me. They were using the words like beast, brute to me. Beast, brute, referring to the tiger. The headmaster, the teachers around were scolding me that we will kill this beast, this brute. At that reaction of the teachers and people around, the headmaster, my master, was tackling with them, confronting them that you can't tell a poor tiger like that. It is not going to harm anybody. It is not going to kill anybody. See, it is inside the room and it is very calm and cool. You can't say that all the living beings except the human beings like can be so cruel, can be so brute. You can't give the such bad names to the animals. So in this sentence, it is actually expressing the feelings to us that all the animals that we suppose to be wild are not harmful always, unless and until you are going to make them harm. Actually, they fear from us and we fear from them. That is the conception. So the tiger is expressing the feelings through the master, that my master was supporting me and making them understand that you are not going to, unless you are not going to kill or harm the tiger, it will not harm you. And in that situation, I was just inside the room. I had no intention of coming out, and little bit I was also fearful that I may be killed. I was just sitting calm down, and what happened in the next part, we will see how the tiger was escaped from there. Was it killed or was something other happened to it? This story will be continued in your second part. A tiger comes to the town, part 2. If you read the story, it is very fun to read. Hope you will read if you have book, or we will be discussing it in our live classes. Again, we will discuss what happened to the tiger in your next part, in your next chapter. So this is all for today. Thank you.